starting your luxury collection, then there are a few pieces that personally I feel are essential to be the foundations of an exceptional luxury collection. I've got 5 categories for you today, each with different recommendations of specific pieces that I think, if you start off this way, oh my gosh, the sky is the limit. These are going to cover a lot of your bases. And don't expect to see a lot of the usual suspects here. As you know, I like to go slightly off the beaten path, okay? We like to look at maybe some more interesting options. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Cassie, and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. I also have a Substack in case you want written content that will be linked below. All of the links to the specific items will be below or in the shopping button on the screen. Now, the first category I think should be a priority when starting out your luxury collection is jewellery, and that brings us to today's video sponsor, IDYL. IDYL is a friend of the channel. I also have a code for you, so keep listening. But IDYL is an incredible fine jewellery brand that focuses on bringing you stellar quality at really honest prices, okay? There's none of like the middlemen markup. You're not paying for, you know, a brand name like we're going to talk about later on in this video. You are just getting top quality pieces. Fun fact, they actually only use the top 1% of lab-grown diamonds in their pieces. Now, you know, specifically, I love IDYL's earrings. They sparkle fabulously, okay? They catch the light and the... Oh, what is that? What's that situation you've got going on in your ear? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. The other great thing about IDYL is the fact that they can grow with your collection, because you start off with the studs and then you can swap out different add-ons depending on your style, your vibe, if you want something a little bit different from your collection going forward. And these are everyday diamonds, okay? These, you don't need to keep these for a special occasion if you don't want to. I'm going to talk you through my stack, but since I got this new nail add-on, I've been sleeping in these. I already sleep in my little capri dangly up here, but I've been sleeping with this full set minus the cuff. Shower, gym, move sodding houses, go on a dog walk, rearrange your life, cleaning, whatever you might be up to, these earrings are going to stand by you. You don't need to baby them because the quality is there. Now, as I said, I've got the Nell, I've got the Capri, which is this one here, and then I also have this Eternity cuff. And this is great because it's got quite a nice chunk of diamonds going on there. So again, sparkles, you've got those facets going when the light hits it, right? Love this setup. The Eternity cuff, along with a few other cuffs. The Dream collection, by the way, that cherry choker, I'm sorry, I think that would look great with my stack. It would look great by itself. It's just, it's a really great option. The Lumiere, which is incredible if you love any oval cut diamonds, and the Lariat, which is also convertible. You can use them as earrings, you can use them as a lariat necklace. Those are all coming back for a very limited time. So I have my code, it's Cassie Thorpe 10, it's going to be on the screen as well, but those aren't going to be around forever. So if you're interested, I urge you to click the link in the description box and go and check them out. And thank you so much to IDYL for sponsoring that part of the video. Now, when it comes to branded jewelry, okay, we tend to see the same usual suspects being talked about, especially when it comes to starting your collection. There is a lot of focus on the Cartier Love collection, the Justin Clou collection, and the Van Cleef Alhambra. Now, I've done a whole video series on alternatives to these that maybe might suit your style more. I'm personally a big advocate for independent fine jewelry brands, because not only do I think that you can get amazing quality and a bit of a better deal because you're not paying for like a massive name there, but also I think that you can find interesting pieces that might suit your style, your personal style, a little bit better than the usual suspects. If that's your vibe, absolutely go for it, okay? I'm sat here with a Justin Clou love ring, okay? But I'm just saying that it is worth having a look because you might find something that catches, that maybe catches your attention a little bit more. Like I said, I've got that series, I'll link it below. However, just some jewelry designers off the top of my head. Susanna Martins, she's done both of these rings. Shade Jewelry, that is these like curb link pieces. Yvonne Leon, Rainbow Cave, something super chunky and statementy. Fendi, Aria, Type jewellery, L'Atelier, Norbar. It's a great foundational piece as part of your collection. It's something that you get to enjoy every day. And you'll see with a lot of my suggestions, I want you to pick pieces that you can enjoy. I don't want you to pick pieces that you feel like you have to save, because let's get that cost per wear down. Let's get our money's worth. The next category is going to be handbags. Exactly. Obviously, this is a big foundational block, but once again, you don't have to go for the classics if that is not your vibe. You don't have to go for a Chanel classic flap. You don't have to go for, what's that little Gucci Soho crossbody. You don't have to go for a Louis Vuitton Neverfull. There are so many, many more options. And I would actually say, in cases like this, I wouldn't buy, especially if you're like starting out, I wouldn't buy your first or one of your first luxury bags to be a work or a travel bag. That wouldn't necessarily be my priority. My priority would be versatility. A bag that can take you from day to night, from a little Saturday walking around town with the girls, possibly grabbing a little brunch, to I'm going on a date night or something of the sort. Again, I want you to get your money's worth. And yes, whilst you might say, well, I go to work most days of the week, I might wear it more, I might get more use out of it, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you get the same joy, personally. If I remember, you know, when I had a normal job, I never got the same joy from my work bag as I did from, like, you know, my free time, you know, my personal life bags. So maybe that's just a little bit of my bias, whatever. This is going to be very style dependent. This is going to be very much what you personally lean towards. But again, here are some of my favorites off the top of my head. A Fendi baguette. Don't be surprised. I love this bag. I think it's so versatile. You can wear it 3 different ways. You can clutch it. You can, oh, incredible. The Fendi Mama bag. This is a slouchier, newer version of this. The Gucci Jackie, I think, whilst a classic, doesn't tend to get as much talk about it compared to some of the other classic bags. It comes in some really great variations and colors. Bvlgari Serpenti Forever bags. Bvlgari as a bag brand doesn't really tend to get enough. It's quite underrated, and that might work for some of you. Very sort of like structured, really cool. Again, some very interesting variations there. The Louis Vuitton Alma BB, I would say the Dior D-Joy as well. It's an East-West version. I know I've gotten a hell of a lot of use out of mine. The Loewe puzzle bag, the Loewe flamenco bag. All of these are bags that you can sort of clutch or do a little top handle, but also there's the ability to crossbody and shoulder as well. There are also luxury brands that are less well known for their bags that are worth looking at as well if you want something a little bit edgy, a little bit different. Acne Studios definitely does that sort of aged leather, a little bit, you know, sort of like grungy vibe. You've also got Vivienne Westwood. We never really talk about their bags, but they have a very specific style that might tickle your fancy. Now, the next one is a category that maybe many people wouldn't choose as worthwhile to build your luxury collection upon, but I am here to make sure that you make an impact, all right? And one way I think you can do that is through sunglasses. Yes, I think that a lot of the time you can really just get away with wearing a white t-shirt and jeans, and the sunglasses can bring so much attitude to a look. So loads of brands do these, and also there are loads of websites, legitimate websites, that some of these brands do tend to go on sale on or whatever, so there are deals to be had. But Miu Miu makes excellent sunglasses, I'm afraid to report, whether you want something that's a little bit more sort of on the trendier side or something that feels a little bit more timeless. You also have Gucci, again, very trendy, but really fun, make an impact, adds a lot to a look. Louis Vuitton as well, women's is great. Personally, I prefer Louis Vuitton men's. Something like this is statement-y, but also goes with everything. So once you find a style that works for you, whether it's sort of aviatory or a shield or a cat eye, then from there, I mean, really, the world is your oyster. Saint Laurent does great sunglasses, Celine does great sunglasses. I do think it's worth adding to a collection, and it's a fun accessory that can change things up a bit. Again, another category that may be disputed, because people would probably say like, oh, a small leather good, buy yourself a wallet. Personally, not necessarily a priority of mine. I love the wallets that I do have, but if I was, you know, like really starting my collection from the beginning, I'm not sure it's something that I would necessarily prioritize. But if there is one thing I love, it's a great jacket. And again, a great jacket is something that can really just take you there. It's also something that you can really enjoy using. And I believe in the power of clothes. I believe that you can shimmy your arms through something and just embody a much more confident and ferocious and sassy version of yourself. And that's why I'm going to say a jacket. Again, this is all going to depend on your vibe. Personally, I love an hourglass. I love an hourglass, I love a tailored jacket. Then again, I also love like an oversized, like a boxy, whatever your vibe is. There is a plethora of options out there for you. I think that a good jacket can really, take things up a notch with your outfit. And conversely, if you have a great outfit, but you have like a lacklustery, you know, jacket, and can bring things down a notch. So I do think investing in a good jacket is a great way to go. Have a look at Jacquemus. Jacquemus has some really, really great tailored jackets, fabulous quality. Sometimes does tend to go in the sale if you want to get yourself a deal here and there. I do think that we don't really talk about them as much. They are definitely worth looking at. Vivienne Westwood, yeah. You know, I'm a Viv girl. Don't be surprised, the Drunken Tailor jacket. If you want something very sort of feminine and, you know, Victoriana leaning, you really can't go wrong, in my opinion. Burberry, great jackets. They tend to be a little bit more cropped, trench inspired. Loewe, obviously. Noor Hammour is a great brand. It's not necessarily sort of like maybe as well known as some of the other brands that I've mentioned. Excellent outerwear, especially if you want something like a suede, leather, shearling. Everything I've seen from there looks fantastic. Even if we talk about sort of on a lesser price point here, a bit of a different vibe, maybe a little bit more dressy, but I do think that you can wear this casually. Destray. They make these really great sort of like rich satin, short sleeve, puff shoulder pieces that, like I said, you can wear this casually with a jean and that looks really cute. Or you can wear it even with a skirt or a tailored short, or even over a dress, something like that, for something a little bit more formal. This category was hard. Okay, if you know me, I may present as a bag girl, but I am first and foremost a shoe girl. I can be very easily sold on shoes. And here I was like, well, there's so many different ways you can take this, because I could sit here and tell you that you should start off by investing in a really great pair of heels that goes with everything but still gives a little something to an outfit. At which point I'm going to tell you René Caovilla. I love the brand. I think that they go with everything, but again, they are not boring. They are giving enough there in this sort of, you know, wonderful crystalled metallic that still gives a delicious pop. I could also tell you that if you are a sneakers or a flats girl, then maybe you might want to invest in a great pair of designer sneakers, at which point I would point you down the road of Louis Vuitton trainer sneakers, or the Gucci slip-ons. My specific ones they don't make anymore, but they do make a platform version in case you might be interested in that vibe. Or even Gucci has the G75s. I do like them. They're coming in some really great colours, in like a velvety, or even Celine does these ones in a really great sort of nylon and suede mix. There are many options. You might want to go and invest in a really great loafer from Saint Laurent, let's say. Or you might go, where I live tends to be on the chillier side most of the time. I want a really great pair of boots, at which point I once and again am going to point you down the road of René Caovilla. This one I feel is a decision I cannot make for you. But I do think a great pair of designer shoes, especially the ones that I've mentioned, I personally haven't seen, heard or experienced, if I have the shoe, any quality shoes with these. So this one was very, very hard for me to sort of steer you in the correct, I don't think, all of this, there is no right or wrong way to start your luxury collection. I'm just here to give you guidance and some advice on my experiences. If I was starting from the beginning, personally, I probably would have gone with a pair of trainers because I just wear them all of the time. So that's just me. We've got a bonus! Bonus time. a great watch. Ooh, yes. I think a nice watch can make things feel complete a lot of the time. And this is something that I would like to add to as my life goes on. It also can tend to be a little bit of a milestone gift as well. I wore my Hublot Classic Fusion King Gold for 9 years, from 21 until 30, when I bought myself the Bvlgari Serpenti double twist in the white ceramic. I love these. I love these watches. I love wearing a watch every day. Like I said, it just feels like another element that just makes my outfit feel complete. Obviously, if you also want to talk about investment value, and if that's something that's important to you, maybe out of everything on this list, this is the one that's going to hold the most of its value, depending on which ones you're after. This tends to be quite rare, so this is probably going to carry more investment value than my Hublot King Gold Classic Fusion, though I haven't really checked. I also feel like it's something that you never really get tired of. Watches are also seen to be something that maybe feels more of an heirloom, something that you can pass down through generations. You can pass all of the things that I've spoken, maybe less the shoes, down through generations. So that's really up to you. But watches are maybe the easiest out of the ones that I've spoken about. The popular choices at the moment are going to be a Cartier Panthère, a Cartier Banois. I would point you in the direction of a Cartier Santos. I think that they're great. I think there's a really great emerald that they do that is just, it's fantastic. I would also suggest looking at Bvlgari, aside from the Serpenti, and they've got some other really great watches. But you know what? Deep down in my soul, I'm a Hublot girl, and I always have, and I think that it is widely... It's a very specific vibe, okay? It tends to be on the shoutier side, so if you resonate with that, have a look at Hublot. They do some incredible colours, some different styles. The Classic Fusion is a little bit more of a simple, toned down version of a lot of their watches, where you've got something like the Big Bang, which is like, that is a big daddy watch. Also, I would say Rolex. Yes, you've got the Submariner. Yes, you've got, you know, like some of the much more expensive pieces. I like an Oyster Perpetual. I think that that is a great watch. It goes with everything, and depending on the face color you get, can really add a nice little pop, nice little unexpected pop to a look. Don't forget to use my code with IDYL. The link's going to be below. Thank you again to them for sponsoring that earlier part of the video. And also let me know if there was any category that sort of surprised you in this list. Did I miss anything major? I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.